Hello people, thanks for watching the video. In this one, it's mainly focused on how to stop being manipulated by women. Because as a man, it's happened to me in many aspects through various types of women, even family. And at the end of the day, it seems to be that, to me, in my opinion, in many people's opinion, that it is in a woman's nature to manipulate a man, because fundamentally, that is the only power that they have over men, because physically, to keep it simple, physically they can't control us, so they do it through our emotions. And I think also when you add in the feminism, the rampant feminism that's been brainwashed through women as well, they create a monster. And that's why we're seeing a lot of, gold diggers, OF fan models, etc. Women who just completely look down on men as if they are less than a piece of turd on their shoe. And it's just so common for women to be able to just disrespect men and think it's fine. But as soon as a man disrespects a woman, it's a bit of a different story. And realistically, the bottom line is, this video is a good example, I think, on how to avoid being manipulated by a woman, because it's in a woman's nature. Fundamentally, you can deny it all you want, that is how women are created. They are self-serving and self-centered. The only time you can get them out of that is if they can connect with you on a primal level and they respect you. So anything other than that, they are going to walk all over the top of you, and they're going to rinse you for every penny you've got, every last piece of patience, sanity. And ultimately, the more you let a woman get away with, because of her looks or whatever, or you really like her, the more she's going to walk all over the top of you. But like I said, it is possible that if you meet a woman and she falls for you on a primal level because she sees you as masculine and manly, and you just, somehow she falls head over heels for you, that is possible that, she's not going to do it to you. But you have to always remember that is a woman's nature. It's survival. Because like I said, men, they can't physically beat men, so their strength is to use emotions as their weapon. And like I've said before, there's a line where, in my opinion, men need to stay on the side of logic and don't get too far, and at best, I would say, don't even go into emotion. It does not serve men. Men do not function properly when they are being emotional. But women, I think it's the same for them, sadly. When they try and come into logic, it just doesn't work, and that's when they become masculine, because naturally men are geared to work in logic, and then naturally women are geared to work in emotions. So once you understand this, you can guide yourself on the right path and say, right, well, I'm looking at this logically. Is she right or is she wrong? And that is the bottom line. Is it right or is it wrong? Don't make up, anecdotal little nuance excuses and, but maybe I was just this and maybe it was that, and don't start questioning yourself. Just fundamentally look at it. Is this right or is this wrong? And that's it. Would you do it to her, what she's doing to you? Or would you see it as acceptable as another woman to do to another man that she's in a relationship, what the woman you're with is doing to you? That's it. Just look at it on a bigger picture. Do not keep making excuses, because if you keep making excuses for a woman, she will walk all over the top of you and see you as weak. So let's play this video, and it really does give you a lot of good advice. It's by Sadia Psychology. It gives you a lot of good advice, and she pretty much hits a nail on the head.
So with my line of work, a lot of my clients are men, and I would find that majority of men tend to have the same problem. They are all tending to have a woman that's disrespectful, a woman that may be unfaithful, or a woman that may be using them financially. Now, if this seems to be the problem you're facing, and if this seems to be a reoccurring theme with all the women that you date, they seem to be, you always find yourself getting cheated on, you always find yourself getting used, you always find yourself getting disrespected, I'm going to give you the reasons why this is happening to you and then how to prevent this from reoccurring. So stay tuned. Now, the reality is a lot of men will say, she lied to me in the beginning, she was so good, she lied to me, she lied to me, she lied to me. Women never, ever, ever lie. Never do they lie. They might not say the truth, but they always show you the truth. Every woman that you've been with that has hurt you, used you, cheated on you, stolen from you, whatever it is, she showed you her red flags from day one. You chose.
Now, when she said this, I was like, I don't know about this. Where are you going with this? But once she explains it, just listen yourself. I was like, that does sound familiar, and I can relate to that, and that has happened to me in instances, in certain situations, in relationships of previous times.
Chose to ignore them. You chose to ignore them. This is what women will do. They meet a man and they'll basically show their red flags in not so clear ways. So they might show it simply by how she dresses. And she might show you that she might be provocative. Or she might show you with her sexual behavior. She might be very sexually liberal. She might show you in terms of how she talks about her exes. She might say that, oh, this guy was so toxic, this guy was so this, that, I'm still in love with this guy, whatever it is. She shows you some of her traits. She might show you through how she is as a parent. She might not have kids and not prioritize them, or she may have denied another man access to the children. And you think you're going to be captain stepdad and you're going to save the day. But the reality is she showed you that she denies men access to the children if she doesn't like them. And you think you're going to be immune to that behavior? Not possible. So these women all...
So most women, in fact, all the chicks I've been in a relationship with have not had kids apart from one. And if you just take out that one chick that I was with now, specifically when she was mentioning the kids and everything she said there about the father and what she'd done, you can put everything, pretty much everything she just said would coincide with everything I've seen from my ex who had the child. Everything that she just described, I can say, yep, she done all of that.
Always, and myself included, we show men all of our red flags. Now we pick the man that allows us to get away with the most nonsense. Now, if you don't have many red flags as a woman, what will happen is you attract a man with really clear boundaries. What will happen is a man with boundaries can only be with a woman who doesn't have many red flags because they're a perfect match. She doesn't do too much, he doesn't tolerate too much. They work really well. But a woman filled with red flags will only select a man who's filled with low self-esteem. She will find the man who doesn't know how to exert his boundaries, doesn't know how to look for red flags, and doesn't know how to stand up for himself. That's the man she will select. So if you are a man with really low self-esteem and really value the connection more than the respect that she's giving you, you are going to find yourself constantly manipulated, cheated on, and disrespected by women. So this is
because fundamentally, women's primal nature is to look for a man with strength and who can lead and who can't be shaken, can't be moved, and can't be, took off course and has his own mindset. So a woman, in essence, will continually try and chip away at that like a tree. If she's a bad apple, she will continually, but if there's a woman who's found herself and she's a decent woman, she won't do that. She'll understand it's wrong and she won't actually do it, and she's generally probably a good person. But sadly, most women have this nature where they constantly try and override you and push your boundaries. And if you don't have yourself in order and you don't know what's right and what's wrong, and you just look at her beauty and you're mesmerised by her and you just let her walk all over the top of you, you will end up getting chewed up and spat out, and she'll destroy your life, she'll destroy you mentally, and realistically, it's nature's way of weeding out weak men. And in the process, she can use you for whatever she wants, money, whatever. So you have to understand this. And that is something that a lot of men need to do. They need to get their belief system in themselves and what they want and what they'll accept. Don't change it. If a woman doesn't show you respect and she doesn't bring you peace, you just walk away. Do not accept chaos. Why do you want to accept chaos for dipping your wick for 5 or 10 minutes or however long or whatever? Let's just be real, it's not worth it. If you can see a woman is going to give you a hard life, walk away. Don't make any exceptions.
This is how she knows. Firstly, how a woman spots a man with low self-esteem is he seems to be super impressed with her beauty. When a man is so impressed by a woman's physical beauty, she starts to have a power over him. The most beautiful woman in the world will get in line for a man who's not that attractive if he's not that impressed by her appearance. But a woman who's not that attractive will become disrespectful and push boundaries with a man who is in awe of her beauty because she sees it as a power play. So when you are with a woman, and if you don't have a lot of experience with beautiful women and you haven't been around a lot of women, women smell that off you very quickly. And then they learn that they can push your boundaries, and they learn that maybe they can disrespect you, maybe they can cheat on you, but you're not going to go anywhere because she knows you can't do any better looks-wise. That's how we know a man's got low self-esteem. Whereas when a woman acts like her looks are great, he's very attracted to her, she's very beautiful, but they are not the glue for the relationship. He's not going to stay with her purely based on looks. Then she learns to respect him more. She learns that she has to bring something other than appearance and other than sex in order to keep this man. But when she learns that her appearance is the only thing he needs, after every fight, after every disrespect, she knows that she can simply use her beauty to get back in his good books, and it is light work for her. She doesn't even have to try. So that's the first signal. Another signal that you've got low self-esteem is you don't set boundaries. Now, what I mean by that is she's done something disrespectful. You've seen it as disrespectful, but you're afraid to say it, and you don't say it. You want to keep the peace. Now, men who desire and focus on keeping the peace at the expense of keeping the respect are always going to lose that woman. I'm not saying you scream and shout at her when she does something wrong. That's definitely not what I'm suggesting. But what I'm suggesting is you let it be known that this behavior is something you're uncomfortable with, and you let it be known. And now if she continues to break that boundary after you've communicated it again and again and again, you don't keep repeating yourself. You remove yourself. Instead of repeating yourself and like holding her by the throat and trying to get her to understand and respect you, you simply respect yourself and you leave. And if she sees that you can't respect yourself enough and you can't leave her, you've already lost her. She knows you're not going anywhere, and she'll never respect you again. And she'll know that the next boundary, the next fight, she can take it further. But if she learns that when she crosses your boundaries, you withdraw yourself, she starts to get in line. Now, a mistake a lot of men do is when a woman crosses their boundaries, maybe she's cheated on them, maybe she's disrespected them, this, that, and the other, something's happened. Instead of exerting their boundaries, they reward that behavior. They might then beg her to stay, or they might buy her something. They might reward the bad behavior. So she learns that, oh God, I can cheat on you, you still pay my bills, or I can disrespect you and you still turn up at my work to say sorry. This is crazy. I didn't know it was this easy. So she starts to disrespect you even more. You don't have boundaries, yeah? And you reward that. Now, where this is coming from and how you know where this is coming from is chances are there was some inconsistent love in your childhood. If you're a man who has problems with women and they don't seem to be respecting you, you can't exert your boundaries, whatever it is, chances are when you were growing up, you had a mother or a mother figure that either didn't give enough love or was inconsistent with love or didn't allow you to be yourself. One of those things. So because you didn't receive unconditional support and love from a woman growing up, you seem to think having to earn love and beg a woman to respect you and beg a woman to love you and trying to buy her love is a form of attachment. It's just how it should be. You don't know what the other side looks like. You don't know what it looks like to have a woman that says, are you hungry? Do you want to eat something? How can I help? Or did that upset you? I'm so sorry. Let me take that back. You don't know what that looks like because you didn't experience it in your childhood. And as a result, you go into adulthood looking for and accepting unacceptable behavior. So you have to just spot that pattern in yourself and break that habit. Otherwise, what will happen is, in your desperate attempt to keep this woman, you've already lost her. And you're going to keep losing her in more and more disrespectful ways. It will get worse. It won't get better. So if you have this mentality like, oh, my partner's going to change, she's just a bit traumatized, she's just a bit this, I'm not saying don't forgive people. But what I am saying is have your boundaries, and there's repercussions for crossing your boundaries rather than rewards for being disrespectful. Now, if you can bear that in mind, chances are you'll be able to attract and secure not only a better value woman, but you will become a better value man if you follow those steps. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, so don't be so eager to hold on to a woman just because she's beautiful, or you've got this vision of what she could be or what you want her to be. You have to see things for what they are, and your way as a man to filter out, vet, and see if she's a good fit or not is to set boundaries and say, no, that's not right. You're not doing that. And if she causes a problem, you walk away. Don't bend and wilt and break and keep going along with her lead, letting her lead you, because she'll lead you off a cliff, mentally, financially, and in many other ways. So listen to what she's saying, listen to what I'm saying. Have some self-respect. Don't accept disrespect, because at the end of the day, if you accept disrespect, you've no respect for yourself. So you have to work on that, build on that, believe in yourself, work on yourself, and ultimately, it doesn't matter where you are in life, don't let anybody treat you like crap. Don't let anybody, bring chaos to your life. You want peace, especially in a relationship. Life is chaotic enough, stressful enough, and hard enough without bringing a woman into your life that's just going to bring nothing but chaos and misery. So you have to really look out for yourself, and just keep in mind that if you do meet the right woman, you know how to treat her right because you know right from wrong. And that's what it is. It's that simple. It's knowing right from wrong. Not getting in your feelings and saying, oh, but I really like her and I want to keep her and I can't live life without her. Well, you keep having that mindset, and if you're with a woman who is no good and she's chaotic, she will keep taking you down further and further down a path of misery and heartache and mental torture. So is it really worth holding on to that if you can see the woman is not in line? So that's really all I've got to say in the video. Just remember, at the end of the day, I know it can be hard if you do get feelings for a woman, but this is why you have to become adapt to spotting red flags. Like she said at the beginning, when I was young, it was hard for me I didn't even know what a red flag was, because back in the day there wasn't as much internet and the information wasn't there. The information is everywhere for you to learn now. Please do it. Look out for yourself and have a good life. That's what you want. That's what everybody wants. Don't let a chaotic woman ruin you and your life. You deserve better than that if you're a good guy. And please just keep studying yourself and what you want. You have to really fundamentally know what you will accept and you won't accept, and that will stand you in good stead. And obviously educating yourself and understanding how to approach it. So until the next time, take it easy and peace.